This computer. Okay. Now John's here and I need to find him. John. Where'd he go? I think he must be trying to log on. All right. Sorry about that little interruption. Okay, we're recording. This is the city's Events and Recognitions Committee special meeting of Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022 at 4 p.m. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like to acknowledge that we rest on the traditional homelands of the Puyallup people, where they make their homes and speak the Lushootseed language. And I would like to ask for a motion to approve today's agenda.
A motion.
I'll second that, Stephanie Caldwell.
And do we have a second?
I'll second that, Stephanie Caldwell.
Thank you, Stephanie. All right, is there any discussion about that? Excellent. All right, so today we are here to discuss the City of Destiny Awards.
Do we have to have a all in favor say aye? No?
Oh, yeah.
That's where my
Thank
little notes are. Sorry. Thank you,
that
Stephanie.
cheat sheet. Stephanie's your cheat sheet today.
Thank you, Stephanie. Do we have a vote to approve the agenda? Everyone say aye.
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 Any nays? Excellent. All right. So I'm super excited about the City of Destiny Awards and selecting the award recipients. Sorry. All right. So can we just start discussing each category, Kala? Is that the best way to do that?
I think I would, and I'm gonna stop sharing this so I can bring up the other piece. Has everybody had a chance to look at 25 nominations?
I did. I have my selection.
Okay. And have the rest of you selected your recommendations? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to pull up the spreadsheet and share that with you. Ooh, hold on. So that, is that visible to everybody? Nice and big?
Yes.
Okay, and everything's alphabetical, so that just wanted you to be aware of that. And as I said in the email, the nominators chose the categories. Some of them are from the MLK process. And so there wasn't a City of Destiny Awards category selected for that. And then I took the liberty of recommending another category if you're so inclined to do that. And a reminder to stay within the 10 categories, or replace one of the categories with an other category like community service or something like that. So and Jessica's question to me was, because she begged TV Tacoma to extend that, and I think at this late date they just don't have the staff to take on that kind of extra work this year, just with all of the different virtual programs that they've been producing. So that said, we also have the opportunity to do honorable mentions where we just take a photograph and maybe a brief statement from the MC about, somebody that you think is really outstanding, but didn't quite make the cut. So I want you to keep that in mind. And even though I don't know if we did this last year we didn't, because there were 13 nominations and 13 awards. So, but in previous years, if somebody was nominated but didn't get selected for the award, they always get a nod in some fashion, whether it's a photograph in their name or just a list of the names of all the people that were nominated. So, and they're invited to watch the video as well, or in the past were invited in person. So, all right. Who wants to start?
Here.
I will take notes.
Okay. So for adult leadership, well, am I even allowed, because I nominated this person, to talk about that?
You can certainly talk about it, but you have to refrain from voting.
Okay. So I chose and nominated for adult leadership Tom Pearson from the Chamber of, or excuse me, the hello, I've had a very long day. From the Chamber for his work during COVID. I don't know if you guys anyone got to read that, or if you are aware of the work that he did, but he did host phone calls that were for the Chamber of Pierce County for, gosh, almost 2 years. He did them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that were basically they were supposed to be business calls, updating business related things about what was happening with COVID, but it ended up being how I was getting a lot of my information about the direction COVID was taking and how it was affecting the community, because it was very straightforward and not a lot of politics or drama involved. And he just became someone I enjoyed listening to. And he recently stepped down from the Chamber of Commerce. So I thought this year would be a good year to nominate him as an adult leader. Stephanie, who did you choose?
For adult leader, I have Janet Runbeck. She worked the Pierce County Medical Reserves. And Virginia Basher, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that name wrong. Tacoma Safe Program, worked with the homeless, giving resources, although she was jobless, just tirelessly working in the community. So those are my top 2 choices for adult leaders. And then I like what Kala said about honorable mention. I think that we could give Tom Pearson honorable mention. That's my thought.
Sorry, Alex, did you have an adult?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
actually, you both touched on them, and I don't know if I'm going to throw a wrench in things here, but I actually wrote down Tom and Virginia. But I kind of looked at the nominations as a whole, and I neglected to think about categories, so that's my bad. But those 2 names are ones that I didn't realize you were the one who nominated Jessica. So it shows, I mean, I should have paid more attention to that line, but I really like the relevance. I mean, I think that COVID is on everyone's mind. And then with Virginia, her work with the advocacy, with encampment and homelessness advocacy, I also think that that's super relevant. So I think partially, those 2 issues I think are, certainly at the surface right now. And so those 2 names are the ones that I landed on. And then I also have other names, but they probably land in other categories.
Mm-hmm. And Cecily?
Hi guys. I actually had Virginia at the top. for the Adult Leadership Award.
Perfect. Does Gerald get to vote?
I think you should go through the whole list before you do a vote on the whole, and then say, here's the roster,
Oh, okay.
right? Because you might find, like, for example, you might find that you want to do Virginia in homelessness services and, replace another one of those 10 categories. So we'll work through it, and it's a process.
Okay. Can you, I guess, should we start at the top then?
It doesn't matter. I think going by category is smart. I mean, if you need to, the next category is youth leadership, and in my list.
Yep.
So if you want to, let's see, who's in youth leadership? I don't know if there's, goodness, there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's
A
quite,
lot of people. Okay.
I feel like youth leadership had 2 nominations. It was
And it might have been,
and someone, let's see, there was 2
Oh.
gals, and then
Is that
Yeah,
emerging
three.
leader? Is that the same?
youth service, and then there's youth leadership too. So this one, Jonathan Green was originally nominated in the MLK category of lifetime category, which he's a young person. He's been doing this for a few years, right? So I recommended youth service, but if you feel like youth leadership is a good one. And then the other person I put in youth service was also for the Pierce County Medical Reserve Corps, and that's James Wilson. Oh, here's youth leadership. Okay, originally nominated in the MLK, so it's Isha Hussein and Heaven Galvin.
I loved their story.
Mhm.
And all they're doing is young people, because I feel like this also really hits home where we're at in the world today, and just being able to help our youth and youth helping each other, and I don't know, just addressing the concerns. They sound like lovely young people.
I agree.
Agreed. They were my top pick as well.
Yeah.
It actually kind of seemed like an easy, obvious one to me.
Yeah.
Cecily, did you have any comments about youth leadership category?
Sorry, I'm trying to switch to my laptop now. I just got home,
Oh,
and no additional or nothing different. That was my top person, or that was my top as well. So,
Okay.
or group, it looks like.
it is kind of a little group, isn't it? But it's okay. It's okay. I mean, this is nothing is ever set in stone for me. I mean, it's like you have some, you have some flexibility, if you will.
Yeah.
All right. Can I move on to the next, Kella?
Oh, okay, so the next category is lifetime service.
Mhm.
And I think you have a number of lifetime. I should probably have done these in that order, right? So
I
there's
I'm sorry.
Cecily. So the first one is Albert Stiers, Metro Parks Oak Tree Park. He's also someone that could be in the environmental sustainability category, but you have quite a number of nominees to consider in that category. The other one is, there's 2 more. I think there's Inez Bruce from East Side Baptist Church, and our wonderful Rod Kuhn, who has volunteered for the City of Destiny Awards for probably as long as they've been going on, and United Way Emergency Food Network and a number of other places. So
Yeah.
Where's Rosie? So, you wanna go ahead and do the same thing. Rosie, we'll catch you up, okay?
Okay, sorry guys, I had a meeting run late.
That's okay.
Hi, Rosie.
Nice to see your cat.
Thank you. Hello.
And it looks like Cicely has her son. What a cutie.
I know.
Yes. I just got home, so he's just excited to
He's
see mom's face for a second.
Absolutely.
I wrote down Rod Kuhn just because of how impressive it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That's
really
a lot of service to the city.
I was really surprised. I have known Rod, the whole time that I've been working on this event, and I didn't realize how much he's done.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I also went with Rod for this category, because it was just impressive to read what he's done. And I love the crock pot drives, and I just thought that was great. Besides obviously working for the City of Destiny Awards for so long, but I just feel like he's really put his all into the community.
So Stephanie, you have comment? You have your hand raised.
Yeah, I have several for lifetime service.
Well, that means you're going to have to make some decisions, girl.
I'm excited for this, Stephanie, because I had one that was different than the other two votes. And so my heart is hoping that one of yours aligns and we can be in a some good conversation going here around these awardees.
I put mine in a category first and then went backwards and read the. So I would
good
know
for
who
you.
else
You're
worked.
Like, this
Nice.
is not your first rodeo, so you have a technique. And Rosie also chose Rod, so I'm giving
okay.
a hatch mark for her.
So here we go, and not in any particular order. It's just of what I felt like led to that lifetime service award category in scope and content.
Okay.
So the first one, I had Robert Joyce, People Center,
Oh, yeah.
since 1980. And I love the personal testimonies that people gave that how he impacted their life, right? That
Mhm.
was awesome. Rod Kuhn, I had him as well. And Sean
Durnan.
Durnan, thank you. I don't know much about the Bulldog program, but he's a veteran. He works with incarcerated individuals and lobbying for change, right? I had, since you mentioned honorable mention, Inez Bruce. She's like someone I know, I don't know that name. I probably don't know her, but first African-American woman air traffic controller, foster care, volunteers in the community. I thought that was to be honorably mentioned. So those are my 4.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I've got this. You said Rod Kuhn, Robert Joyce,
Sean
Durnan, and
Durnan.
honorable mention for
Inez Bruce.
Inez Bruce. Okay, got it. I'm a recorder. I need to make sure I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Faithfully for you guys. Anybody
How
else?
did you do, Cicely? Was it?
Yeah, so I like the honorable mention for Inez, and my vote for, see, you guys all had tops and all of this, and I just picked a person going after running through everything, but my top for the lifetime service was for, oh my gosh, I have to scroll back down, or can you, I'm trying to scroll and I'm not in control of the screen.
Where do you want to go?
Thank you, that's good, Robert Joyce.
Okay.
Through Metro Parks and the People's Community Center. It's that he has been doing tremendous work in this city, but also specifically with Hilltop for decades, for just decades.
Yeah.
So and when I
So
think
you
of
actually
lifetime
know,
service,
you know him?
I'm not I don't have a personal relationship with him, but I know him because I've grown up in the area.
Right,
And
by,
so
by
for
reputation.
my
That's-
whole life, I have seen him in and around doing different things, even since I was a tot. So I think that would be a wonderful way to honor him.
Okay. Who hasn't gone on the lifetime service? Alex?
I went.
Oh, you went.
Yeah, mine
Oh,
was.
that's right. It was Rod.
Yeah, I was.
You were the first one to pipe in. Okay. Is that everybody then? And Rosie, I got you down for Rod Kuhn. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Yes, I also had Sean Duran
Okay.
and then Isha for the youth one.
Oh, great. Okay. I will go and add. So Isha Hussein and Heaven. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Great. That looks like a shoe-in. Sorry, I'm not voting for you. I don't get to vote. Next category, right?
Yep.
Is youth service, not to be confused with youth leadership. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's where I got confused.
I know.
And
That's why I always put the description over there, but sometimes it's, I just try to, when I'm reading them, I try to think, okay, what is this person doing? Are they in a position where somebody, they're actually like managing and coordinating another group of people and they're being nominated for that? Or are they a person who has, volunteered community service hours for the community and isn't in a leadership role? So that's how I look at it. Stephanie, am I accurately explaining that?
I'm gonna be honest. I was typing another email. Could you repeat what you just said?
Well, I said it. Sometimes I know that it's confusing between youth leadership and youth service. And I said that the leadership role, I always look at it as somebody who is doing something where other people, they're coordinating other people, and those people are following their lead, obviously. And then the service category for youth is somebody who's been doing something like community service hours and is giving back to the community. That's just an example. So I hope that helps to discern the difference between the
Kella,
two.
and this person has to be under 18 years old.
That is correct. That's what was established years and years ago. And I think we talked about this last year. It's like maybe we need to loosen things up a little bit. But
Well, because I put down, and I'm sure he's not 18. I put down Robert for that because that to me was
like he's leading youth.
Well, I put him down for youth service because I feel like he's just dedicated so much time to the youth.
Right.
But
the category is dedicated service performed by an individual up to 18 years of age that benefits the community. And he is, yes, he's serving the community of youth, but he himself is not under the age of 18.
Yeah.
And that was something that was voted on years ago that we inherited. So
can we vote to change that, or is it too late for that this year?
So see how I put another category for Robert Joyce called youth development?
Mm-hmm.
That is an actual other category that was defined a number of years ago and has been used more than once. And so I think that was exactly what the committee at that time had in mind, is that they wanted to recognize. So there's health services, there's youth development. I added community service this year on your behalf. There's homelessness services. So that's another category that has been used a number of times. And then of course a few years back, we added the Disability Advocate Awards, those 2 awards for to coincide with the Tacoma Area Commission on Disabilities.
Okay.
And they defined what that category was for us. Okay, so where are we? Youth
We are
service.
Youth service.
Yes, okay.
So.
If I'm not mistaken, because of the age requirement or limitation, or like the limit for the age, is it just between James Wilson and Jonathan Green?
That's my question exactly.
Yeah,
Okay, because those are the only two out of the, I think those are the only two that I pulled out that I could see. So I just
Yes.
wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody.
no, I think that you are correct. And they both are working volunteering for the Pierce County Medical Reserve Corps, which, by the way, so I see Janet run back. If you looked at my notes over here, she actually won this award. Okay, hold on a minute. She actually won this award in 2014. And it was called, and that was before I was doing this, being the liaison. And it was called the Community Health and Wellness Award. So she has won an award, but it was 8 years ago, not 7 years ago, if I'm doing my math correctly. Right? Does that make sense? And then I also wanted to mention that the Pierce County Medical Reserve Corps, a different group of people were nominated and won, I think in 2018. Just a little background information.
I have one more question, just
Yeah.
to, for Jonathan Green, I see that it says that as an additional or another way that we could put, honor this person would be the youth service, right? But then on the actual form, the nomination form,
Yeah,
it says that they were nominated for lifetime service, adult 30+ years.
I know. I'm gonna just
How are
double
we
check.
choosing the birth? How do we know how old this person is?
I think it's said on there.
Am I missing it?
It's not on the form, I don't think, but
I'm guessing that he is, I mean, unless he's a retired physician's assistant at 18 years old. Then.
I just want to make sure I'm not missing any information, but I just.
No, it's a good question because I have the same one. And so I was like, wait, he's 18, but he's a retired PA.
He's doing amazing things and I need to get my life into order.
I know.
so maybe I misread that. So you guys, if you want to change that, please set me straight. Because I didn't read, I guess anyway, I don't know. I don't know what I did. So if you want me to change this, I can. I mean, I can make it lifetime service, or I can't open up my documents. I'm sorry. I just can't even find them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sneak out for a second. I'm going to go find them in my documents because this is driving me absolutely to distraction. So don't make any decisions. Well, oh crap. I typed my password wrong. I get befuddled. Befuddled. Let's see. Jonathan Green.
Mhm.
God.
I mean, if he is in fact not eligible for that one, then I suppose it would go to James.
I think James is an adult as well.
James is an adult. Yeah, he looks like he was a principal and some other things that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, you guys.
I just wonder for the future, because some of these have age stipulations, if we might add that to our to the nomination form if they are nominating someone for one of those. So maybe not if it's the lifetime service, we don't need to
Yeah, it's the ones,
intrude on someone's personal information, but if it's like one of those youth categories.
well, and I apologize, you guys. I mean, I got confused with the ones that were originally MLK award nominations. So
Yeah.
that's where I was screwing up here.
Oh, it's
Um,
fine. I just think
Oh,
it's
fine.
forward. Yeah.
Okay, now I need to get out of my other screen because I can't see the spreadsheet anymore. This is fun. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, so
And maybe
maybe
I
if you
can-
could make a recommendation for both those people and then we can move on. I mean,
Could we, like, since there's only 2 in that category, but neither of them are theoretically eligible, could we instead give Robert Joyce a youth development award and not give that award?
yeah,
I agree with Alex.
so other youth development up here, or what? Yes, you're saying not
the
give a
service.
youth.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm
Yeah.
just gonna delete this because it's just confusing me at this point. Okay,
I like that
Yeah.
too, youth development.
Mhm.
okay. Sounds good. Phew, that was hard.
Now we just have to remember when we go back to
All right,
doing
Cal.
the form for next year.
Don't be sorry. You guys are supposed to call me out on stuff that I get wrong. Oh, okay. Oops, I took out. No, this is right. I did it right. Okay. I was looking. What did I do? What did I do with Crystal's? I think that's how you say her name. It might be Chrisley. All right, you guys.
So then can we now weigh in on who we'd like for youth development?
Wait, did we decide, not adult leadership, lifetime service? Or
Yeah.
we skipped over it?
We all voted on that.
Yeah, remember that's the category that Rod Kuhn is in and
Yes.
Robert Joyce. What, I mean, if you guys want to change it to youth development for Robert Joyce, is that what I'm hearing correctly? Let me get that straight. Am I hearing that correctly?
I think that what we want to do is take out the youth service because we don't really have anyone.
Have anybody that's in that, and that's
and,
fine.
And then change it to youth development. And for that, I think Robert Joyce would be perfect.
Okay, and so you want to go around the room again and see if other people agree with you. Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
For youth development, I'm so sorry, our lifetime service award.
This
Youth-
would be
For
specific
youth
to
development.
Development. Mhm.
And then remind me, so we had several people, or at least I had a couple people for lifetime service. Who do we land on for lifetime service? Did I I stepped away for a second there.
So far, it looks like Rod Kuhn, unless there's other people who have not voted.
And what happened to Sean Duran?
He has 2.
Oh, okay, got it. Understood now. I'm
So
slow, sorry.
Oh, me too. Don't worry about it.
It's the end of the day, Stephanie. You are okay.
It's okay.
Totally fine.
I'm gonna enjoy watching this video, you guys. So do you want to go back around, or I'm gonna suggest that you go back around and each weigh in on this youth development, because you may want to add another vote or another recommendation hatch
Yeah.
mark for Robert Joyce. So I just want to hear from all of you.
So I feel like this would be perfect for Robert Joyce. Cecily, do you have some nominees for youth development that you'd like to be considered?
I don't see any other nominees for youth development. I think this would be a great way to still honor him and use that award.
Great.
Rosie,
Oh, she
My
agreed.
votes
Yeah.
for Robert Joyce for youth development.
She's good at using the chat. I forgot to mention what she said. Agreed.
And Alex, what are your thoughts?
Yep.
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 Okay, so we have
Yeah,
all 5 of you.
that was my idea to turn the whole thing upside down. I'm sorry, Cal.
So I'm going to delete this and I'm going to just leave this youth development. I don't have to have a highlight. Okay, phew, save my work. Okay. Next category.
Next category is the group teamwork in a
Mhm.
project that benefits the community. So let's see, there was a few of those.
There was the Pierce County Medical Reserve Corps again, Lewis Cooper, Stephen Hagberg, and Dana Cooper. I think I got that right. The Points Northeast Historical Society for the work that they did at the Browns Point Lighthouse. And Downtown Tacoma Partnership, nominated by Chair Johnston.
Yep, and we know my thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's because with the state of the world that we've been in and running the courthouse square in this community, they have had my back with security issues. And I mean, they're just always cleaning and keeping downtown as beautiful as possible. And I don't know, I feel like they get overlooked a lot. So I definitely wanted to nominate them, but I do want to hear, obviously, everyone else's ideas for that award.
And you have to recuse yourself from voting. So I'm not putting a hatch mark. Okay.
I am not voting. I am just giving my sales pitch.
Gotcha. So
Sales pitch.
very good. All right. So
Alex, do you have some thoughts on that?
I like the idea of doing the downtown partnership. I don't know them, nor have I worked with them, but I know that, you know, downtown partnerships in general, particularly during this era, have been really vital. You know, it's easy for those groups to sort of become brittle and sort of fall apart. So I really support that decision.
this one's just gotten stronger, I think. So you might know them. They're the Yellow Jackets that ride their bikes around downtown. It's the security arm of the organization. It used to be called the BIA. Does that sound familiar, Alex?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those are those
And
guys.
honestly, with all of the meetings I've attended about safety, I just feel like everyone should have a form of BIA or DTP to, you know, be neighborly with everyone, part of our community. And that's including, you know, people who are here who live downtown or in the neighborhood, people who are running businesses, you know, those who are coming to shop and enjoy the neighborhood, also those who are unhoused. And I just see the Downtown Tacoma Partnership being very fair and kind to everyone. And that goes a long way with me right now in the world that we're living in. Sorry, I'll stop talking. Cecily?
Okay, Alex, did you put in?
Yeah.
Okay, recommend. Thank you. Go ahead. Cecily.
I had both the Pierce County Medical Reserve and the Downtown Tacoma Partnership. I could be swayed.
Remember, you have that honorable mention in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Well, we might get there. We'll see. Next.
All right. Stephanie, do you have some thoughts to weigh in?
Yes, I do. I have, okay, for the group Downtown Tacoma Partnership, I know Lewis Cooper, but beside that, I like the work that they're doing.
Oh, you do? Oh, gosh, you know
And
something.
then I just love that other category, historic sustainability
Oh, yeah.
for Points Northeast Historical Society, right? That's
Yeah.
historical building and landmark that was preserved. So I really like that.
I like them too, Stephanie. They were a close second for me.
Okay.
I think, I mean, I hold my vote with DDP, but I do love the work of that group, and I would
Okay.
love to see them recognized somehow.
Yeah, that's good. Rosie?
I'm still deciding. Can we come back to me?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't let me forget that, you guys. Or Rosie, don't let me forget. All right, so
All right.
any other comments about group?
I do want to acknowledge that I love anyone who's saving historic buildings. So
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, especially in our city.
yes, we have some beautiful ones.
Yep. Are we moving on to the next one?
Let's. So environmental sustainability, individual or group of all ages, dedicated to improving, conserving, and protecting the natural environment.
So
This was a hard one.
one,
This was a hard
2, 3. We get a lot because we get a lot of nominations from Metro Parks. So when it comes to environmental sustainability, they are thank you, Rosie. She votes for the Northeast Historic, the North Points Northeast. Find that again. Okay, so, and that is why for Albert Steyer's, I put that as an alternate category, but boy, there are a lot of people in here. And I do believe that with the exception of Bradley Thompson and Don Fisher, all those environmental sustainability folks were nominated by Metro Parks. So
That's nice that they're participating in this.
they're the ones that always wait until after the deadline and then go, oh, is it too late? And this time it was Rosemary Panaconti because she just started working at Metro Parks. And she got it, somebody dumped a bunch of nomination ideas on her desk and she had to do all the research and fill out the forms. And yeah, she got yeoman's task as a new employee. So
I have my pick. My pick is Celeste. Do we know how do you say her last name?
Token, I think, but that's up to John and Jennifer to suss out. Alling Park.
I really liked her story. I mean, she really like lives this life of, you know, helping with the environment and sustainability, whether it's from community to her own backyard. So I just, I love that. Like she's walking the talk.
Yeah. Cool.
And I just find that really admirable. I imagine that she really does sleep, eat, and breathe this.
Yeah. Stephanie, remember the guy last year, Daniel Petnode at McKinley Park, that won Environmental Sustainability Award? Do you remember him?
Vaguely.
He was like, that's all he does. He retired. He had cancer. He had a wake-up call. He survived cancer and he started cleaning up McKinley Park twice a day. And he's been doing it for like 10 years. That's what these people do. I mean, the guy, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking. What was it, Don Fisher around the Tacoma Dome in the Dome District? I mean, have you guys been there? It's every day. It's a mess. So, okay, sorry.
Don Fisher and Celeste were my top as well.
Okay, thank you. I stopped talking now.
Now see, mine were, I like Celeste, but Bradley Thompson, I like the work that he also did with the Puyallup tribe.
Yeah.
So I had him.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah, I think I had Bradley as well. Bradley and Celeste were mine.
Okay.
Those are my two as well, Bradley and Celeste.
Okay, thank you. Save my work. Are we going on to the next category? Be right back. Cecily will be right back. Let's does anybody need to take a bio break? You guys are just rocking this. I am so impressed.
I like
I'm so impressed with the fact that I totally forgot before I went on vacation. Well, it's not that I forgot. I had the worst day the day before I went on vacation. And I just couldn't even like finish my work that day, and I would have had to stay until midnight to get everything done. So my list is really long and I'm still chunking away at it. But oh my God.
Well, Kelly, thank you for putting this all together. I thought it was really easy to navigate around, so it
Mhm.
made it pretty smooth.
Every year I try new things to make it a little simpler. So any suggestions like the ones that you guys have had, you are welcome, and I'm happy to do it because you got the heavy lifting. You get all the glory. All right. Cecily, are you back yet? She'll chat when she gets back. I'll just be ready for the next category. The disability advocate.
Sorry.
So I think we only had, come on.
There was only the one, right?
Travis Pope
Mhm.
Mhm.
from Tupac.
And I remember him from the MLK Awards. I really liked him.
Same. I did too. Same.
Yeah. I agree. So we all agree on that?
Okay, hold on a minute now. Let me just get that. Let me go one by one. Jessica? Yes.
Travis Pope?
Stephanie?
Travis Pope.
Cecily?
Travis Pope.
Alex?
Travis Pope.
Okay, and Rosie?
Pope Travis.
Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, that was easy, right? We don't have, so he's in the professional category, which is fine. And that's another thing I think you guys should think about for all of these, because there was a couple of lawyers in here that do pro bono work, but it's also part of their profession. Well, there was a lawyer and then a mortgage broker, and they do this stuff as part of their professional experience, but they also spend hours, doing pro bono work. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing. So, and so I don't think we do not have a volunteer nomination for disability advocate. And I don't know that there's anybody else that really fits into that. So we can actually use that position for one of these others that, yeah. Okay.
I was actually excited, speaking of that, to see people who are using their profession as volunteer work, because I think that's something I've noticed at a couple meetings around the city that I've been to, that I don't know,
Yeah.
we don't have people that are necessarily, their background isn't what they're trying to fight for, and it really helps to have legal people doing legal things to really push movements forward.
Yeah, there was a gentleman that I think it was 2018, also the same year that the Pierce County Medical Corps won, and he is a lawyer, and he is Latinx, and he does pro bono work for immigrants and refugees. And his story was amazing. So yeah, I agree. I think it's really a strong, that's that stewardship of your own, your own expertise. So, okay. And the next category is economic development. Let's see here. The only one that I had in that category was Sean. I happen to know the reason I suggested that category for him, and I think there might be one other one. Oh no, that was equity and empowerment. Never mind. There's 3 in equity and empowerment. Sean actually helps through the 9-line veteran services. He helps veterans at this resource fair that we've hosted at the Tacoma Dome for years. And he helps them to, you know, transition from the military into jobs. And, you know, so that was one of my thoughts behind it. So you can consider that for your consideration if you should so desire. So
I make that recommendation.
yeah.
Yeah, I really liked exactly what you just said, Kella. I thought that what the work he's doing is very important and needs to be recognized. And again, going back to what Alex said earlier, I just think a lot of these people are really hitting home with what's going on in our country, in our community right now. And I support anyone that supports vets. You know, they fight for our freedom so that we can have these award shows and,
Mhm.
you know.
Okay, so any other comments, thoughts? I know that originally a couple of you had voted for him in the wanted to consider him for the lifetime category for City of Destiny Award. So do you want to discuss that a little, any discussion there?
Was it Cecily and Stephanie that had wanted the lifetime achievement? Do you guys have thoughts on giving Sean this award?
I actually had 3. So I had Robert Joyce, Rod Kuhn, and Sean. So either way, I'm good.
Okay.
And I just had Robert Joyce, but we've since then decided to move forward with the Youth Development Award. And I think that Sean would be a wonderful recipient of the Economic Development Award.
Rosie or Alex, any comments?
I am happy to see Sean get that award.
Me too.
Okay, recorded. All right. Saving. All right.
On to equity and empowerment, and there was a few for that.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Let me see. We'll start with the ones that actually selected equity and empower. Oh, nobody did. So those are all my recommendations. Sorry to
Mhm.
make it difficult. So the first one is Damien Florino, and he's the loan officer that we were just discussing. The next one is, this is Matthew T. Macklin, who's from Stratagem Law Group, and same situation with him. And then Swish Basketball.
Mhm.
So
So
I have a-
this, go ahead, Stephanie, sorry.
I have a question about Damien Florino.
mhm.
Although I read I didn't see, I wasn't clear. I know that he helps families, but I wasn't specifically clear that he helped specifically low-income BIPOC Pacific equity.
Okay.
You know that?
I didn't have a chance to nail that down. So that's a good question.
If we are going off of the forms that were sent,
Yeah.
and if that information isn't clear, how else would we figure
We
that
would
out? if
have to
that's
go, we would have to contact the nominator and specifically request that information. So like I sent an email to the nominator for Daryl Cruz and I haven't heard back from them because that one was missing some information, in my opinion. And I didn't have a chance to check with the person, I think it's his daughter that nominated him, with Damien Florino. So if you want me to do a little more digging, we can put that on hold. I can highlight it and maybe put that one on hold. And then I can email you guys to see, but yeah.
Can we go through and just see what people's thoughts are? If because maybe we all are leaning towards something else. Stephanie, what are your thoughts? I feel like you have some.
Well, so with the question about Damien, Kala, she answered that, or she's gonna find out more information. Matthew Macklin, I would have loved more examples.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and so
And
that's what I
notice
put
it
on my,
was, it's also one of those ones that was in the MLK lifetime category. And I feel like that nomination form, if we're going to use it, we have to have people like refill out the form for City of Destiny Awards. So maybe that's not fair, but
if we can get more examples, that would be awesome. And then check on Damien's, am I saying that right?
I don't know.
Am I check on his specific, helping families and into homes that specifically, BIPOC, indigenous people, social
Yeah.
justice, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know what? Here's just a thought, and I'm gonna throw it out there and see if you guys like it. Because this is just one category and there are 3 groups, and I think that Swish basketball, it's kind of obvious that they're serving the BIPOC community, right? But you could suspend this one category until I get a little more information for you. And it's not gonna rock the boat with John. He'll be okay.
I did have Swish as a #1 contender, but if we can find out more information, I don't know what the group feels about that.
I had Swish as the #1 too, Stephanie.
I have Swish as my #1 too. And
Okay.
as someone who grew up in, going to sports and especially lead and having them be low cost or free, so we could have access to them. I know how important these types of organizations are to the community. So I think that the work that they're doing is just phenomenal.
Yeah, and I did do a little research with, I Google and dig deeper and go into Facebook and stuff like that. And just because I wanted to be absolutely certain that their youth development league was serving Tacoma, and it does. So
I had them as well. So I
okay,
don't know if that just kind of,
answers that question.
yeah.
Alex, did you weigh in?
Yeah, I had Swish was my #1. I mean, partly because of, I think the
lack of
pro bono
information.
work
Yeah.
might be a given for their business strategy for others, even though it's really wonderful work and I'm very thankful. And I also, maybe this is like a wrong reason, but I like that there would be arts and sports representation in our awards.
No, that's a really good, I hadn't thought of that, but that's great.
That's a good point, Alex. This sounds like it's Swish.
Okay. Saving my work. Takes a really long time on this computer. I don't know why. All right, so now I'm going to try and sort this. Maybe I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to sort it by category. Okay. You guys don't have to watch me fumble around in there. And I would just say if you want to have discussions about anything, go ahead and do that. And while I'm doing this.
Friends, I do have to pop off.
Oh, it's after 5. Thank you. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, of course. I support whatever happens in the group. So
Alex.
all right, thank you. See ya.
All right, bye. Have a good one.
Hey, Alex.
Thank you. Bye.
I really like this list.
Oh, good.
I
Good,
feel
I'm
like we
glad.
did a good job.
Well, I'm really, once again, I'm really impressed with the number of nominations. That just always blows me away when, it just blows me away anyway.
I would also like to point out that Cecily's son was a star in our MLK show.
Oh, right. Did he have one of those?
A hop and a jump when he heard that, Jessica.
Oh, he's the best. He's so cute. Also, I would like to comment on Stephanie's wallpaper. Or I'm sorry, Cecily's wallpaper.
Cecily's wallpaper.
Oh,
I know,
yes,
it's pretty
thank
cool.
you.
Big fan.
Yeah, we had way too much fun picking out all the colors and deciding on things in this new place.
I bet.
I'm picking out colors right now for my hallway.
Fun.
It needs an uplift.
So when will these awards, when is the actual event?
We haven't selected a date. We're going to do that tomorrow, I think, because we have to look at John's calendar and scheduling and, you know, talk about, yeah, we got to talk about all these things with people. So
Yeah.
They sure are busy.
oh my goodness, it's crazy. I also
Yeah.
need to talk to Fred about getting, you know, getting on the calendar to, you know, once we have a date and everything, talk about this event. And also, well, I have to go back and look at the recruitment calendar, the schedule for recruitment, because we need to do an announcement for that as well. So. All right, so I think I have everything, the people that you voted for and put into the correct categories. And I'm going to sort it by category. Group. Environmental. Okay.
Cal, can I ask a random question?
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna be in person? We've never all met in
Yeah,
person.
I think as soon as the city, so there's going to be a decision here pretty soon about public meetings, and it's all based on public meetings, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I was speaking to Cal about that I really would like to do, and I feel like all of you guys probably would too, is somehow create a reunion of all the CERC members from over all of the years, because I feel like those are some pretty amazing people I would love to meet and share stories with. So these are all future in-person ideas.
Yeah.
Here's to hoping.
Yeah, and have you guys been able to send out, I think you said that you had been working on a list of people to send the application form for the committee, just Jessica, right?
People.
People.
And yes, well, and one of them that am I allowed to talk about this?
I hope so.
Okay, well, one of them I really want is Dana Hill. She was part of the Darrington Forbes piece. She is the founder of the Black Doll Affair. She was in the MLK program. She's just an amazing human, and I feel like she would add a lot. She has a lot of experience. She has some great ideas. She's came to Tacoma during the pandemic, but she's just an amazing lady. I think she would bring a great voice to our group. And there's a couple others as well.
Anybody else have any comments about that? Because we definitely want to get.
I
We
may have
definitely
been away that meeting. I missed the January because I was out of town, but
Yeah.
Should I send a list to, am I sending a list in, or am I just having lists and sending out the application myself? How does it?
The application link, I did send that to you guys, but I can resend it. And it's on the cityoftacoma.org/
Your doggy wants someone's attention. Was that a dog? I should have waited.
Okay, slash serve Tacoma. That was my husband. And here come my dogs. My dogs get so freaked out when he sneezes because he sneezes so loud. Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
sorry
so
for the
funny.
hugs.
Okay.
Oh, I can definitely find the link. I can, if it's in the email, it's there. I just
Yeah,
have to
or like
forward
I
it.
said, you can go
Yeah,
on
so
the,
we're just forwarding it to folks that we think would be
Yep.
a great asset to the group. Okay.
yep, and tell
Sounds
them
good.
how much fun it is and how great
Yes.
we all are. Okay, I'm gonna count how many we have, you guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hey.
I'm so proud of you.
Awesome.
Now I'm going to send this to you. And I want you to, if I've done anything that's like different than you expected, please let me know.
Mhm.
So before I, start writing news releases, Tammy, before we start writing news releases, I want to make sure that I got all this correct. Okay.
Exciting.
Exciting. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I just highlighted all of the ones that had the highest votes. And then you guys can also think about who you want to do honorable mentions for. Like we have Inez Bruce, we had 2 people wanting to, saying they wanted to do an honorable mention, Tom Pearson, honorable mention, but there aren't any others. So if there are some that you want to do, where we have maybe 3 votes like Bradley Thompson,
Mhm.
that'd be great.
I for sure think Inez and Tom Pearson deserve honorable mentions
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I do too. And I was, I think it's okay that like Shalisa Hayes didn't get nominated, but she received a special award from the mayor at MLK last year. So I think that's okay. And I'm really glad that you guys chose Rod for lifetime service because we're going to surprise him, and it's going to be while they're recording him because he's not going to know. It's not going to be like everybody else. We're not going to announce him in the announcement because he's the MC, right? That's what. So we're going to figure this out. It would have been a lot easier to do it if it was an in-person thing. And we could still talk about that tomorrow, Jessica. Maybe it is. Maybe it can be an in-person thing since things are loosening up again.
We're
just-
going back and forth.
All right. And I'm going to look at the agenda one more time to see if there's anything else. The only other things that I had were the recruitment schedule, which I think will go, they'll open it up in March for 2 weeks. But that doesn't mean that people can't go in now. It's just that what they do is they start and then they have a deadline, and anybody who submits an application after that deadline isn't eligible. But anybody that submits now is still eligible for, it doesn't have to be during that 2-week window.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and then the interviews will be on May 24th tentatively.
I'm excited to bring in some, I mean, I love our group, but just to bring in some more, ideas and whatnot. Hi, Kitty.
Show and tell today, Cecily.
Right.
I'm a cat person.
Yeah. Me too. It's my baby. Obviously, I've been away from home for too long today.
Yeah. So now's the time for Gerald to give an update on social media. I don't know if you guys have been following TVE lately, but he's been very busy.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're in a coffee shop.
Yeah, I'm a coffee shop. And then after this update, I do have to leave because they close in 10 minutes. So.
Okay. Well, then good. We'll be done in 10 minutes. How about
Nice.
that?
Yeah. So like just what Kala said about the Black History Month post, it's been up and going. So thanks for those who were in that conversation. I know we talked to Sierra Hartman for Grid City Magazine. So he gave us the blessing just to share some of his posts and also share some of his content that he created even through the pandemic. So which is awesome. Also for the City of Destiny Awards, like just hearing the conversations is great. And I think like I want to kind of like implement the model of like what we did for the MLK Awards as well, just because it was highly received and a lot of people shared that. So I think that would be great exposure to not only just the awards, the City of Destiny Awards, like it's pretty prominent in the community, but also just like for those who are businesses like the Chamber to share on their socials and like share to their community as well.
So you're actually seeing an increase in the following and the sharing.
Yeah, I definitely, especially with the MLK Awards, we had like
Cool.
I think we had topped off I think like about 10 to 20, like 15 shares for like even for one post, so which was awesome. And then just another update, even though Jessica said it in the beginning. We did have another submission of our CERC Spotlight. Thank you, Jessica, for sending that in. So now we currently have 2. And also shout out to Stephanie for doing the first one. So
yeah, did you use that beautiful photo that you have on your email where you're standing?
It's a color version of it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I sent that to Gerald and I said, apparently she has a really nice profile picture. So that's one box checked.
And honestly, I will say that it was really easy to do. I think I just know it, and I'm so sorry to everyone. It felt more daunting than it was. Like it's something I lose sleep over, and it was like done, pretty quick. So, I mean, the questions are only a few, and I think we all can answer them just because this is why we do what we do. But I was like, like it gave me more anxiety than necessary. But anyway, thank you, Gerald.
No problem. But yeah, those are my updates. Tammy, do you have any other updates on your end?
Thanks, Gerald.
No, you're doing a great job, Gerald.
Yay.
Thank you. So I'm gonna hop off. I hope everyone has a great night.
Thank you.
Before they kick me out. So all right, have a great night.
Thank
Bye.
you, Gerald.
Bye, good night.
See you later. Okay. Anything else? We don't, of course, as per usual, do not have, wait, hold on. Nope. Nobody from the public here.
I was telling some folks at a meeting that, no one really goes to our meeting, but a lot of other meetings, and the community wants to complain about so many things. I'm like, even the CERC meetings are open to the public. Like if you want to have a say in things that we're doing and the way that the city's running, essentially, like sit in on a meeting, especially with Zoom, it's so easy.
And I think that in the future, we will always have Zoom as a component, because all of the meeting rooms at the municipal building, and then I think I saw some blue tape on the wall at the convention center last week. So I'm thinking they're putting up some monitors in there as well, and so there's no reason that we couldn't invite the public that way. So
I was at an event at the convention center. That was fun. I haven't been in there since Horizons 2 years ago.
Oh, is that what you were at?
No, this year I was at my cousin's gymnastics.
Oh, great. I saw them setting up for that. That's great.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to stop recording now because you have gone through everything. And then do you want to just adjourn? And then if you have any items for discussion, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay.
All right.